This is the best of the week on Relevant Radio.
Ryden in Winchester, Wisconsin. Good morning, Ryden.
Hi. I just had a question. How do Catholic priests have the power to call down Jesus every day if there are multiple masses taking place at the same time? Mm-hmm. And with just, various priests performing it at the same time?
Yeah, it's in the same way that, as Jesus himself said, there is great rejoicing in heaven when even one sinner repents. So how many people on planet Earth right now? 7, 8 billion, something like that. And so if we pick some very small percentage, let's say 1%, we're talking about hundreds of millions of people repenting at any given moment on planet Earth. And of course, the saints in heaven are way lower than Jesus. They're finite creatures, and even they are aware simultaneously, Jesus says, of even individual repentances. So it's not that the priest pulls Jesus out of heaven, brings him down to earth, and Jesus is constantly coming down. No, Jesus is God, and he has a human nature. So Jesus is present simultaneously anywhere in the world that he wishes to be present, and at the same time, he's still reigning at the right hand of the Father in heaven. So if your understanding of the Mass is that Jesus physically leaves heaven, comes down to that altar, etc., well, that's completely incorrect. That's not what the Catholic Church teaches, but rather the Lord becomes present in that way, in the sacrament, on that altar, in that church, at that place, no matter how many times it takes place simultaneously around the world, thousands, hundreds of thousands, whatever. But that's nothing for Jesus, because he doesn't leave heaven. He's always in heaven. He's always reigning at the right hand of the Father. To use another example, right, and Jesus talks about the little children who have guardian angels, where he says, see that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you, their angel beholds the face of the Father in heaven. So even angels, of course, who are higher than human beings, but far lower than Jesus, even they can be simultaneously in heaven and at the same time tending to the business God gives them, in the case of guardian angels, to tend to us. So those would be lower level examples. Human beings can do this by being aware of repentances. Angels can do this by being present to us as our guardian angels, and yet at the same time beholding the face of the Father in heaven. So for Jesus, it's like that, but far greater, far more glorious than that.
Yeah, I think that's all I have for today.
Well, that's good. We have a good start, and I appreciate the call, Ryden. You can join me by listening to The Patrick Madrid Show on the Relevant Radio app, live each weekday at 8 to 11 a.m. And thanks for listening.